listening to the Ocean Rowing Podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Painter, physical therapist and owner of Strong and Empowered Rowing. I help people continue their love of rowing without aches and pains. Along the way, I decided I wanted to row across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm finding it super hard to get in touch with previous ocean rowers and find the answers on how to make this possible. So this podcast is to share my story and what I learn as I get ready for and ultimately cross the Atlantic Ocean. Hear from experts in different areas and from others who have completed ocean rows. So anyone who wants to do this has easy access, and we can share our stories with the world. Welcome to episode 2 of the Ocean Rowing Podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Painter, and I'm going to tell you what I hope to do in this episode and how I'm going to do these kinds of episodes in the future. So, the goal is to share stuff with you. I'm going to be interviewing and I'm going to be just chatting. So in this episode, I'm just chatting. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what my questions are right now and how I'm going to hopefully get those answered in my next episodes where I'm actually interviewing people and getting some insight. So right now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what my questions are and where I am in the process. Right now, some of you might be asking what the heck is crossing an ocean or ocean rowing. So let me tell you what it is. So ocean rowing is essentially using a boat that is powered by oars or by human. So there's no engine, there's no sailing. You basically have to get yourself from one point to another point. That's called ocean rowing. You're doing it usually in the ocean, whether you're just going across some land or you're going from one continent to another, it's all ocean rowing. In addition to that, not only are you just going across, you're living, eating, sleeping, everything on that boat. You're there until you finish. Now, there's different ways to cross an ocean. You can either go in an organized race or you can go yourself. There's a lot of things that those organized races provide, and there's a lot of other things that you get when you actually row without an organized system. I'm at the beginning stage, which means I haven't signed up. So I'm going to keep looking into what are the benefits that they give you at a race and what are some of the benefits that you get when you go on your own. I'm fairly certain I want to go with an organized race, but I'm going to ask some of those questions that I've already found the answer to and give you some of those answers. So I might just come on and give you those answers on my own if I can't find somebody to interview, but if I can, I'll interview someone and help get that insight for you guys. So that's what ocean rowing is. What I want to do right now, it is April 1st of 2019. In 2022, December of 2022, basically 4 years from now, I want to row across the Atlantic Ocean. You can go across different oceans, you can go around a body of land, but for some reason, I want to go across the Atlantic Ocean. Again, I haven't signed up, so that's going to be part of this process. Right now, I'm just trying to get some questions answered and share it as I go. But I'm fairly certain I'm doing a specific race, but I need to learn some more. All right, so that's where I am right now. I've got 4 years to plan. I really want to cross an ocean. I've got to figure out how I'm going to get there, what it entails. Part of the reason I haven't signed up is because I'm a business owner and I don't have the money for the entry fee. So how the heck am I going to get the money to actually cross the ocean? They say the hardest part is actually getting to the starting line, not crossing the ocean, because it takes over your life. I want to get more insight into what that means. So I've actually already interviewed somebody, Susan Ronaldson, who was part of Status Row in the Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge last year. I'll go more into those challenges later, but she already did it, and I got some of those questions answered. So I'm really excited for you to hear about that in episode 3. Anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to figure out how you get to the starting line. What is it about fundraising? For me, I've never fundraised for anything in my life. I'm very, very curious how this works. In other words, asking people for money does not come easy for me. So I understand that I need to have a charity and a cause that I am supporting and in favor of, but I don't understand how people give money to charity or me or both and how that works, because I believe if you give money to a charity, it should go to the charity, not to me. So I need to talk to some people about fundraising, and I hope to bring someone on to kind of get more insight into that. I know that once you sign up, they actually give you a little bit of support, but I want to learn more because I'm not there yet. So I'm going to ask some fundraising questions, and I'm going to figure out what does it take to get to the starting line. I already know that this is a cool thing that I want to do, but how do I get there? So that's some of the questions that I hope to answer in the next upcoming episodes. After that, I'm going to give you some episodes like this. Where am I in my story? What am I hoping to get the answers to in the next episodes? And basically share some stories with that. I also hope to talk to some other people who are going to finish their race. So they're either starting the race or getting ready to go in 2 years or whatnot. And I hope to kind of talk to them before and after. I think that would be really cool. So I'm going to reach out to some people there. Since I'm planning on doing this in 4 years, there are a lot of people that are going to be doing this in a shorter time frame, like 18 months, 2 years, things like that. And since they're going to be doing it from start to finish before I even get to the starting line, I'm going to follow them, and I'm going to try and get them on here for you. That's this podcast. Please subscribe if you're interested. Next episode is Susan Ronaldson in episode 3. She's from Status Row. She was part of a trio of females who crossed the Atlantic Ocean in 2018, December 2018, and just finished recently. And I'm really excited to have her as my first guest on the Ocean Rowing podcast. So hit subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next podcast.